the mid-session interval, and a wee bit of heat, I would suggest, on Barry Hawkins. He's flattered to deceive so far in this match. He did win frame 1 with a 4 red clearance to pink to pinch it late on, but since then it's been Tom Ford in command.
Tom will be relieved to see that red stain out there.
What?
Again, another example there of lovely cue action, just a lovely touch, slow drag it in, just to hold the white nicely for the black. Again, you just feel he's up and running again.
8. Nine.
He's just undecided. Maybe does he try and power into the pack screw or play a gentle cannon? Again, play that nicely just to hold it. Now with that angle, can pot it, go into the pack. Go through for the black.
17.
A little bit unfortunate. That's always the danger in playing that shot, that you can just leave yourself slightly hampered. He's not hampered. The black's more or less a certainty. As it is, it's quite tricky. Not just to pot it, but also just try and pot it here and let the white take its natural path, and hopefully we still be on another red. It just slid in there off the jaw. Again, he just had to give it
44.
full concentration, just potting it. Felt sure he'd have some chance at a pot, but there's nothing easy here. Yeah, he's just wondering, can he go for this red and maybe somewhat hide the white? Probably can't, or just certainly jeopardises the pot a lot more. Might just have to commit to going all out for the pot. Yeah, played it well. It wasn't the kind of shot. If you're not feeling very confident, you could try and make it as a shot to nothing, but it wasn't the time. Committed to it very well.
Yeah, that may have looked clumsy, but it's quite a tricky shot playing it with left-hand side. It's not a shot you play all that often on a brand new cloth. So, can he recycle this break with a sweet piece of cueing? Oh, you bet he can. Shot of the match so far.
Yeah, brilliant piece of cueing. Lets the cue do the work on those shots, Tom. Never forced. And of course, playing that pace, not only giving it every chance to go in the pocket, but also if you did get a fraction of side, wouldn't have the same impact as if you hit it a lot harder. So the pink, he'll just glance off those two reds beside him.
39.
Yeah, anxious as soon as he popped the red to make sure that he has that angle. Looks like he can run through. Get contact on the red closest to the pink. Again, he's a lovely fluent player, Tom, but you can see the merit there in just waiting that extra second or two on the shot just to be perfect on the pink. Made it automatic to get the
45.
cannon.
Six.
I think when he breaks his duck and finally wins his first ranking title, to be amongst the players, a popular result. Very well got amongst the players, Tom.
I suppose
you call it a self-deprecating humour he has.
Yeah, going along nicely. Again, evidence that he very rarely overhits his shots. He got that touch.
61.
Yeah, playing at the pace of that. He always gives the pocket every chance. He's not 100% accurate.
Yeah, so two more reds. And he'll be 3-1 in front going to the interval. Tom Ford at the moment firmly in control. Since winning that opening frame, Barry Hawkins has only scored 16 points.
Yeah, it's just nice to watch, isn't
69.
it? Tom go about his business.
Frame ball.
70.
So, Barry Hawkins will go to the interval. Quite a lot to ponder. The other thing is, it's not like Tom's playing anything we don't know he's capable of. It's not like he's come out and he's playing outstanding. When he gets in close, he just looks like he's going to score. He looks more likely. It's like shelling peas at the moment when he's in close. It's kind of the point I was making earlier about the, the pockets being a little more generous. For someone like Tom, you let him in, you think, oh,
81.
this is
Good
gone,
night.
this frame, yeah. I mean, I know you think that with most players, Barry included, obviously, but certainly with Tom, with that touch and the way the cloth's playing, he doesn't have to overhit. He can just glide the cue ball around.
Yeah, they're a little bit more generous. Definitely plays to his strengths. Definitely an advantage for him.
89.
In amongst the balls, very heavy scorer. Again, growing in confidence and every chance here of back-to-back centuries. And again, with the exception of Barry, it's been lovely to watch for everybody. Apart from being a popular character, also I think other players would just like to see him win a tournament to justify the talents he has.
98.
Yeah, so the black for another century, no problem. Tom Ford is playing his best stuff at the moment.
105.
Just his third century of the week out here in China.
106.
Now let's see what sort of cue power he's got. Somehow spin that cue ball up in between green-brown. Yeah, tough shot, but no matter. Tom Ford in total control of this semi-final at the moment. Barry Hawkins will go to the interval with lots to think about. Tom Ford in command. 3-1 to the good. That score.
Barry Hawkins to break.
So, it's frame 5 getting underway with Barry Hawkins with a bit to do. 3-1 behind going into the mid-session, and Tom Ford played lovely. If you're just joining us, a break of 65 in frame 2, and then a couple of centuries to take firm control of this quarter-final.
Tom come down to have a look. If he plays this red, could be on the black, but also if he was to miss it, what would he leave? Yeah, and as a result of that, just felt the red he would leave Barry into the middle would be more than gettable, so decided to play in the safety, but could have played a bit better. Barry coming across there to have a look at the potting angle. It's a thin contact needed. Be guaranteed to know exactly where the white's going. Again, judging by Barry's reaction, maybe it rolled off. See, after he played it, kind of moved the cue to the side, which is usually a tell if you feel it's drifted. Against the last thing you wanted, 3-1 down after the interval, to give Tom an easy starter. Certainly the way he played the last couple of frames, 2 glorious centuries.
One.
Played that shot well there. He had that exact same shot in the last frame.
6.
Caught the yellow. Had to pot a red from distance. Just deciding which red to play, to stump for the pink or come up for the blue. And again, well worth taking that extra second or two here just to have the clarity in your mind to play, to exactly know what you're trying to play.
Seven.
Again, it doesn't look much. It's just that attention to detail, that discipline you need at the very top level. The situation of the match, he's on top. Doesn't want to let Barry off the hook at all.
Thirteen.
And again, coming down to see exactly where he wants to be on that red. He wants to be able to pot the red without having to cannon the other red and black. The red and black are available. He hasn't done that. Have to go plan B. He's enough of an angle to pot it
18.
and screw away. Take that other red away from the black.
Tom Ford. 18.
Yeah, the issue wasn't so much even missing that red. He should have been a lot nicer on the red. Red should have been unmissable. So again, he has slightly let Barry off the hook there.
One.
Yeah, so far it's been one of those bad old days for Barry Hawkins. Get anything going. You do get days like that. John Higgins, actually yesterday, one of those days he couldn't get anything going against Jordan Brown, who played well, played nicely, has to be said. But in recent times, those days have been few and far between for Barry Hawkins, so I do expect some sort of response at some stage in this match.
4. Hawkins.
But it's not happening, and I think he's left one to left middle. Which he obviously has, because Tom's having a perusal of the situation around the pink spots, so got to try and punish. You know, you're going to score, you're going to make breaks, do all that stuff, but it's the timing of when you do it now and again. If you can do it on the back of a miss by your opponent, it's like a double whammy. It really does hurt them. Pink does go on its spot, so he's kind of a little out of position here. How ambitious does he want to be with this red, with the rest?
Yeah, he's just having a look at it, trying to judge it. And you would need the extended rest. It's quite a thin contact, so he's definitely going to go into the reds. But also, can he get enough power to pot the red, get away from the reds and get out? What a great shot there. Quite unfortunate, really. I said, it looked like the danger was, could he get away from the reds? Played it excellent. Very hard to generate that level of power with the extended on. Really feels like you're playing with a javelin.
Yeah, and it's one of those leaves that you feel duty bound to play the green. There's a code of honour in snooker players, isn't there, that you're supposed to make good on. When you leave this green, you're supposed to play it. You don't have to, we know that, but
doesn't make it any easier.
No. It's one that you feel is a bit of a cop-out if you don't play it, isn't it? So here we go. Huge shot. Look at these reds. Brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's not even just that the pot was difficult, just in playing it. It was the consequences if you missed. Again, a little bit easier if you're 3-1 up and you've just had 2 centuries, but still an excellent shot. Just the red beside the black is just causing a bit of an issue. If the black was available, it'd be a beautiful chance. Still needs a bit of work. Of course, doesn't have to get at the black. There's enough points there, but just to make it a lot easier.
17. $18.
It's after being a calmness and a focus, Tom, today that Hasn't always been there.
24.
But when you see him play like this, you're
25.
still amazed. How he's never won a tournament, major ranking, or been in the top 16.
Yeah, and I do think the way that he won that match yesterday against Mark Selby, let's not forget, he trailed 3-1 at the
31.
interval and won the last 5 frames. You think of Tom Ford, you sort of think of him more of a front runner type of player.
32.
Yeah, even if down in a best of 11, mentally I think he would have said, yeah, that game's over. Mark Selby's broke the back of him, the back of the match. It's a testament to Tom's character. Also might have been critical of him sometimes about his temperament. It's definitely improved the last couple of years in working with a sports psychologist. He's all the talent in the world. It's just that level of calmness, attitude that's sometimes been lacking.
40.
And as quick as a flash, Tom Ford has got another frame on the board.
Again, possible
48.
century again, 3 in a row. Rarely happens.
$55.
Can make it look very easy, the game, Tom. Just very nonchalant as it goes around the table. Languid, fluid style.
56.
Yeah, he can be good fun, Tom Ford, as all the guys in the tour can be. I remember going in the practice room once. Sorry, I was in the practice room just having my half-hour practice, and Tom came in and he said, are you practicing again? I said, that's the practice room. That's what we're supposed to be doing. It's almost like he's getting on your case because you're practicing. Yeah, he's always got something to say. He's good fun,
63.
but he's an even better snooker player.
To be fair to Tom, he usually is the butt of his own jokes, to be fair.
No, that's
He's more
true.
likely to give himself abuse than other players. But again, a great character.
Yeah, don't let us down now, Tom.
71.
Another century.
$72.
That's disappointing there.
77.
Yeah, good try. Unlucky, but well past the point. In frame 5, worrying times for Barry Hawkins because he now trails 4-1. So Tom Ford riding a riptide of a wave at the moment in this match. He lost the opening frame, but it's been all Tom Ford since. 4-1 to the good. Barry Hawkins has got to start playing because this match is slipping away from his grasp at the moment. I think the worry at the moment is, and we've suggested this a few times already, yes, there's evidence of it, but when Tom's in close, he's going to win frames in one hit. That's the problem that Barry's got.
Yeah, he's just under pressure. He was actually even under pressure just playing that safety. That he caught it wrong. Doesn't want to leave Tom anything easy. And whilst he did it yesterday, he certainly doesn't want to fall 5-1 down again. Can't keep doing that. So long as he can keep Tom on 4. Try and win a frame or two, just get right back into it. Try and put Tom under a bit of pressure. Tom's very comfortable out there. Everything's going his way. Nothing's really challenging him. Again, Barry's, of course, not going to drop the head or give in, but just has to start playing a better calibre of snooker and cut out those unforced errors. You'd presume Tom was aware that that was for 3 centuries in a row there. We might be more disappointed than he was that he missed it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's quite a rare bird, isn't it? You know, it's not.
Yeah, because not just even getting 3, there's always then the possibility this frame, could he make it 4 and so on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still a feather in your cap. I can't quite remember the first player ever to do it. Was it? It was either Steve Davis or Doug Mountjoy.
Steve
I think.
Davis.
Was it Steve? Yeah. And I think Doug Mountjoy did it in that hockey championship, didn't he, in '88?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, final against Stephen Henry, won 16-12. The great man, Doug Mountjoy. Back-to-back ranking events, wasn't it?
He went from 12-8 to 15-8 with 3 in a row. Have any more difficult questions for me, or?
That's Phil Yates stuff. That's what. Very good.
This is tricky here. Certainly made more difficult by where the green is. You can see it's just in the way.
Miss.
Yeah, it just affected his choice of shot. Yeah, Barry just came across to have a look. The red to the left corner. Can he play it in such a way to get up the table and get a little bit of cover if he does play it? Yeah, played very well. Lovely strike, and as you can see there, he had got a bit of cover. Again, a difficult putt at any stage, but particularly he's been sitting down in his chair for the guts of the last hour.
Six.
Piling a break going to be a lot harder, obviously, with the black being tied up. But however, he doesn't have to fall into the trap of getting obsessed with getting the black. The blue's obviously in play and the pink on its spot. Can certainly do a lot of damage without the black. If an opportunity arises to play a cam knot, I'm sure he will, but at the moment it's just important to get points on the board. Just regain his rhythm, his confidence.
Yeah, of course, it's far from an insurmountable deficit in this match, Barry. You only have to think back 24 hours, of course. 5-1 behind to tip Chai at now. And that'll be not in
21.
Tom Ford's mind, but he'll be aware of it.
The red directly above the black. If you could get an angle on that, you could pot it and cannon the red to the right of the black away. There's enough reds out in the open, enough reds available. It can win the frame without using the black. It just would make that a little bit easier.
One eight.
Got to be precise with this. Oh, that's excellent. Very good. New ball there.
34.
Barry certainly doesn't look like a player that's 4-1 down. So looks very focused, very calm.
Yeah, but that, I'm afraid, is end or break. You're always taking something of a risk. And it's gone badly wrong.
On the positive side, it has tied up the black and another red. So all of a sudden that 45-point lead is a lot better than all the balls are in the open.
Barry Hawkins 41.
A moment of madness, you would say. Just absolutely no need to go for that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That's not a shot, is it? It just isn't a shot. Yeah, he's got that leeway with a handsome advantage, 4-1 in front, but he's got no business playing that, has he really? Let's be honest.
No, just a pure lack of patience. 45 behind, the ball's a bit awkward. Just not prepared to graft or wait. Took a gamble. Yeah, there was plenty of other shots there. And again, we're just letting Barry in very cheaply. You always want to feel your opponents have to work for his opportunities. Again, all you've just done is give Barry a nice chance to retain his confidence and fluency that he had from the previous visit. And Barry, beware. I think you would nearly describe it as a weakness there.
12.
The first thing he's shown really today. Barry might feel if he can, obviously he'd like to win frames in one visit, but Barry might feel if he can even take him to the trenches a little piece, will Tom have the patience and discipline for it?
13.
But maybe Tom also might be of the thinking that playing nice and fluent and heavy scoring doesn't want to get bogged down. There might be method in the madness.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd say I'd go as far as to say I can understand Tom having a pop at the plant, but as you say, you don't need to. If you've no other option, then fine, pull the trigger. But I think you made the good point that he wasn't prepared to graft it out. You've got to be sometimes.
I can understand him being tempted, but I can't understand how he couldn't just be a little bit more patient, disciplined.
Yeah, because this blue is a virtual frame ball. If ever a shot that deserved to get good position, it was that one, wasn't it? I suppose the bonus is that he's 68 in front, of course, so no great drama.
Be interesting to see
Barry Hawkins,
if Tom does come back, but also what kind of shot he'll play. Probably be anxious to say quickly to try and free the red away from the black.
Quick update in table 2. Jordan Brown has extended his advantage. He now leads Stephen Maguire 4 frames to 2.
The black goes over corner pocket like that. Always possibility of a few shots to being a bit of a stalemate. But of course, Barry with this big lead won't want to get embroiled in anything like that. But the black being there blocking the pocket just makes safety shots so much easier. Tom far more likely to try and play an aggressive safety shot, try and open the balls up, get them away from the cushion. Barry, the complete opposite, just wants to tie it up, make it as awkward as possible.
But it might be too little too late as far as this frame's concerned.
first time, few minutes, somebody's got an opportunity to pot. Of course, Barry puts this end of frame.
It's a bonus for sure, but at least it won't hurt Tom Ford too much. Having been in the snooker's required position, so that pretty much confirms that Barry will get
8.
another frame back on the board. And an important one, 5-1 behind. We know he did it yesterday, but could Lightning have struck twice? I'm not so sure, but that I'm not going to find out, because Barry Hawkins has indeed got a frame back. He now trails Tom Ford by 4 frames to 2. Welcome back to Tianjin. Frame 7 underway. Barry Hawkins breaking off with still quite a lot to do, but the good news, I suppose, is he did get that last frame on the board. 5-1 would have been a huge ask. Tom Ford, the man, still in control of this quarter final.
Tom missed that red by quite a distance. Barry this mid-range red. Test his cueing. Struck it well. Again, be very keen to not just win this frame, but ideally if you could win it in one visit. With these matches, particularly against the top players, it doesn't take a lot for them to change the whole, not just the scoreboard, but the whole dynamics of the match. Certainly if Barry makes it 4-3, certainly up for grabs again.
Sixty. $17.
Might be tempted to try and power into the pack of the cushion. Make sure he'd be still in that red towards the left corner. Played it very well. Had a massive angle.
24.
The top and left hand side, which was running side, and as it came off the cushion, just ran through the pack. Now a great chance here. Wouldn't be at all surprised if Barry wins this frame in this visit.
$32. $33.
It's his 5th black course, but
40.
very early to be looking at 147s. Again, apart from the difficulty of
41.
a red and balk and 2 on the side cushions, Just be anxious to get this frame won.
4-8.
If he can, it's easy enough to maintain position on the black. He will obviously do it, but I don't think he's going to jeopardise it. Far more important to get the frame on the board.
4-9.
See, then if the break gets to 80, frame well won. If needs be, he can play difficult fancy shots to try and stay on the black.
Yeah, his first contribution of 50 or better in this match, Barry. Yeah, the plant no problem, but of course his aspirations of 1-4-7s and all that sort of stuff are going to end, but the important thing is get the frame won.
$62.
Very fluent, efficient player, Barry, in amongst the balls. Always has a lovely rhythm around the table. Nothing rushed. But by the same token, never makes any shot bigger than what it actually is. Treats all shots the same, gives them all the same due care and tension without ever getting bogged down.
17.
Again, a good break in just this red. Tom will need snookers.
Yeah, this match has all of a sudden taken on a whole new dynamic. I'm not saying it is the sole cause of it, but that indiscipline, shall we say, in the last frame, or certainly myself and Fergal thought so, going for that ambitious plant, to say the least, when he could have played at something else and tried to tough it out.
79.
Just change things. Of course, Barry Hawkins has got to make good on that and play good stuff, and he certainly is doing here. More news just quickly from table 2. Jordan Brown is one away from a place in the semi-finals. He's now 5-2 in front against Stephen Maguire. Yeah, pity about the century, but 86 will do very nicely indeed. This all of a sudden is getting very tense. It's 4-3. Welcome back to Tianjin, and this quarter final is towards the business end. Tom Ford 4-3 to the good, was 4-1, but Barry Hawkins is right back in it.
Caught the green there. Tom was looking to go past, leave the white on the other side of the table. Would have made the safety a lot more difficult. Barry come down to look if he can play this straight red to left corner roll through. Where would he leave his white? As you can see there, it's not quite straight. As a result, might be playing a different shot. Yeah, beautiful shot. Really well struck. And just let the cue do the work. And a lovely smooth delivery of the cue. Got plenty of reaction on the white. Certainly encouraging signs for Barry. The kind of shot that gives you a lot of confidence. And also Tom be well aware of how well Barry is now playing and cueing. Looking at the possibility of maybe playing the cannon into the pink, trying to stir them a little bit more. There's the danger in playing the shot. You might actually make the table even more congested.
Hawkins 1.
Cardinal mistake there. Gave positional side too much attention. Took his focus away from the pot. Just was concerned about finding the gap between the pink and the other reds to the left of it.
One.
That's an excellent starter by Tom, using the contours of the shot itself to nice angle on the green. Got to stay strong here and show Barry that he's not going to wilt now that the pressure's starting to bite. Yeah, it's tremendous again. Same thing again, just using the table to his advantage.
4.
Making use, as all good players do, the natural path of the cue ball.
I think he's a little bit wary here in playing this red. I think he's going to clip the other red. It might just be a glancing blow. It might be enough to take it away from the black.
Five.
He's actually able to avoid that red. Again, played it very well. Again, took his time before he even put the first red, just to scan the table, try and solve the puzzle, then shot by shot trying to work it out. Well worth sometimes taking those extra few seconds before you start. And of course, once he gets up and running, Tom's very, very fluent. But again, these are good signs.
I
mean, said that just ran out of position. He's hoping to be on the blue. Can probably just drop it in, but if he just drops it in, I think he can just get it there. But the white will be more or less where the blue is now. What shot will he have left? red
8.
closest to the white passes into the opposite corner. Mightn't be too... Oh, the plant goes. Well, that makes it a lot easier. Be a little bit fortunate that plant was there, but to be fair, he's worked hard for it. You could probably say he's earned that little bit of luck. Again, this black is missable. But now that he's potted, he's worked hard for this, but he's finally in good position.
26. 27.
Yeah, this is that kind of position that we were sort of talking about earlier, wasn't it? When Tom gets in this position today, he looks very secure. That's the worry that Barry Hawkins has, been on the comeback trail. Even although the pressure is beginning to bite a little, of course it will be. It's a chance for a place in a huge semi-final, but he's in good touch, and he just looks like he's going to score every time in close.
Yeah, and that's just going to add to the frustration for Barry, missing that blue. You wouldn't say he had quite a Tom on the ropes, but he's certainly starting to gain an advantage. And again, to give it away quite cheaply, which is exactly what Tom has done, and out of nowhere, he's missed that black. That could be massive.
Yeah, that is huge. That is huge.
He'd done all the hard work, and then maybe might have just relaxed.
And the other thing it will do, a miss like that, in Barry's mind, although it won't be at the forefront of his mind, he'll be thinking, oh, he might be feeling it a little here. He might just be feeling it. As if Barry Hawkins ever needed any encouragement. He doesn't really, because he tries all the way to the line of the score, but as we know from yesterday, yeah, what a bonus this is. A chance, if he can take full advantage, all of a sudden we probably have a new favourite in the match.
8.
Yeah, obviously when Barry was in starting off, he'd like to win the frame one visit, but it's funny, actually better for him if he can win this frame with Tom having a chance. It's going to hurt Tom more on the chair. It's going to be replaying that simple black that he's missed. Because if Barry wins in a frame one visit, it's easy to kind of brush off. Doesn't really have as much impact on you.
16.
But certainly Tom in that chair will be replaying that black. Again, obviously still a good bit of work here for Barry to do, but this is a very important passage of play. Definitely to Barry's advantage that apart from winning 4 ranking titles, he's also been in a lot more quarterfinals and semi-finals. Far more of a common occurrence to him these days, particularly recently, winning the European Masters. Obviously both under pressure. We just feel Barry's maybe slightly under less pressure, or more comfortable
24.
under the pressure. And that red that's on the side cushion, probably going to decide this frame.
Five.
That red that's on the side cushion, you can just about get past it, not really affecting his cueing. One of those instances here where you just feel like
32.
picking up the next 3 reds and colours and fast forwarding to the red on the side cushion. This all nearly seems irrelevant until they get to the red.
Yeah, he is going to need a colour from it. Of course, the pink to hit the front by 5.
So to 9.
So it's one of those, if you could get to 20.
40.
These 2 reds, which obviously he can't now. A pink and a black off the 2 open reds would mean the red and just roll the black in. I know that's getting a wee bit fancy with thinking and all that. You know, Barry's got other things to attend to here, but he's going to need some sort of angle on the colour off the last red to get to yellow, which makes it a big ask, this.
46.
Being left-handed, of course, makes it a bit easier. I think you'd like to be a little bit straight on the black. I think he would have screwed straight back onto the side cushion. You can see there, I might have to use 1 cushion or maybe even 2. It's harder to guarantee perfect position from here. Couldn't have played it much better, to be fair. And having that slight angle means he can still probably play it pocket weight. Roll through enough, leave himself parallel on the black. Yeah, played it well again. Has that natural angle in potting the black, going towards the yellow. Again, just needs the yellow. And again, if Barry was to go and win this match, certainly 6-4, the main talking point would be that black from point blank range that Tom missed.
61.
Yes, we have a match in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, we do. 4-1 behind. It's now 4-4. Just to tell you developments on the other table, Jordan Brown, as we last heard, he led 5-2.
64.
In frame 8, he had a 37-point lead, and Stephen Maguire potted a red that is maybe the best shot I've seen all season long, honestly. It was unbelievable as how good it was, and he made a frame-winning break from it. That's on table 2. It's now gone 5-3 to Jordan Brown. So both matches just bubbling along beautifully here. Barry Hawkins is in the ascendancy, and do we have a new favourite? Pink doesn't matter. He's done a bit of a number on Tom Ford here, and it's back all level. 4 frames all, drama. And effectively now a best of 3 for a place in the semi-final.
Good putt from Tom, but also be frustrating for Barry to leave that red from his break off, considering he's worked so hard to get back into the match. I'm saying it more and more now as the match goes on, but again, another important visit, you feel. Using the 2 frames to go from 4-1 to 4-3 wouldn't have hurt Tom too much, but certainly that last frame, we've seen such a simple black from point blank range will have hurt him, so he needs to regroup here, try and forget about it and get busy with this opportunity.
4.
certainly what's went on is a test of his temperament,
11.
discipline, and also his concentration. And again, maybe the last frame after doing all the hard work, just dropped his concentration, took it for granted, and got punished. The red at the bottom of the pack, if he can be low on that, perfect then to pot it and disturb more reds and still be on the black.
$19. $20.
I think, Alan, when we started off playing, there was nearly a theory that you didn't try and go into the pack off a red, but that seems to be the modern way.
Yes, it's almost the correct way now, isn't it? Because they've got such good control of the cue ball, even with pace and spin.
It nearly feels if you play it hard off the blue or black, it's nearly more of a gamble. You can control the white easier off the pack. Just a little bit short of pace. Red's no problem, but not sure exactly where the white will be.
28.
He's just going to be, you can see the frustration there. He's tempted. Decision to make here. I'd probably argue with what's went on. Take his medicine. Try and play a good safety. Don't push the boat out. Of course he's going to be tempted with this blue. And a 4-1 up, he'd probably have already potted by now. Black, of course, is possible. Yeah, had to just totally commit to potting the black. Couldn't be guaranteed.
35.
It's too difficult to try and play an exact positional shot. It was a good pot. Need another one.
You could sense the tension in that shot, couldn't you?
It nearly looked even as he took the cue back. It looked slightly offline.
Yes, I, like you, Fergal, I detected the exact same thing. There was tension involved now. Nothing easy for Barry. Can he find a top shot, just topping this through a couple of cushions? One that needs to be middled. Well, not middled, but in it goes, and good enough.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to catch more of the jaw, maybe stay out. And the tension is building all the time. Each visit getting more and more significant.
$8. $9.
Didn't want that clip on the red, and similar to Tom a few moments ago, Option of black or blue. This blue is easier than the one Tom had. Just has to pot it. The red's waiting for him.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? I actually fancied him for that, partly because he potted a couple of very similar, I can't quite remember who it was, but to win a match in Northern Ireland recently that were more difficult than that. A shot that he almost,
15.
times like that you remember them, don't you, from a few weeks ago. He potted a couple of blinders, he really did.
Yeah, good memories like that on particular shots. Certainly to your advantage. You can also remember the ones you've missed as well.
Yeah.
22.
Just quickly, interesting developments going on in table 2. Jordan Brown was 59 in front
23.
and 5-3 in front, and he missed a red to right middle with the table basically, the match was over if he pots the red. It was probably about a 29 out of 30 red that he missed to basically win the match, and he missed it. Stephen Maguire is back in and trying to get back into the frame. I'll keep you posted on that, but Jordan Brown feeling the heat on table 2.
28.
We've seen on both tables today the psychological warfare or torment players can be going through.
$34.
Again, considering the importance of the situation, Barry looking very focused, growing in confidence.
$35.
Every chance of a tense end to this crucial frame 9 then.
41.
Getting to the business end of it. Lots of work to be done. Playing the cannon on the red to try and promote one.
42.
Tom will be in the chair, desperately hoping that Barry doesn't win from here. Just get another chance, get involved in the frame. You know, this frame as well was in amongst them, done the hard work. Just let it slip.
Yeah, it goes wrong positionally, so we're going to have a scrap on these last 3 reds, possible double to right middle, but I can tell you Stephen Maguire is still on the clearance across on table 2. He's 5-3 behind at the moment. He was 59 nil behind, excuse me while I speak over that shot by Barry, but we've got a long way to go in this frame. But just to say again, across the way, Stephen was 59 nil behind, and Jordan Brown missed a red that he really ought to have got. Yes, the pressure was biting, and Stephen is on a clearance with 1 red left at the moment.
He's left Barry a path to the red. Actually, I thought he'd left him path to the red, to the baulk pocket. If he had, I don't think he would have refused it. Being broken down now just to a little mini game. Basically, who pots the next red. Barry couldn't be too concerned with the white there. The most important thing was to get the red up into the middle pocket, which he did. Tom be looking to play a telling safety, try and put Barry in a bit of trouble. Very good putt from Tom there. Wasn't the best kiss he could have got on the blue. Certainly looking to try and pot a colour and try and get back down for the reds, not ideal. Tricky green. Cue that very well.
Yeah, nicely done, wasn't it? More developments, incidentally, on table 2 across the dividing wall, because Stephen Maguire fluked the last red and cleared up to win frame 9 on the pink. So from 5-2 down, he somehow won 2 frames that he had no right to win. It's now 5-4. We'll keep you up to date. But meanwhile, Tom Ford now, can he take this chance? Golden chance now.
That's the black he missed a few minutes ago. Pretty sure he remembered it just as he played it. But again, played it well.
12. Can't
really see any problems here from Tom. Or maybe losing a bit of concentration. Just felt this frame was even more important for Tom rather than Barry. Of course, Barry 5-4 down, still can see him coming back to win the last 2, but if Barry went 5-4 up the way the match went, might have been too big a blow for Tom.
Now this is quite not a smelly one, but it's not a sitter. I mean, you've got the right man for the job with his Lovely touch that he has, Tom. Played it nicely. Yeah, well played. So brown and blue to just about stay in front in this match.
24.
Yeah, well done, Tom Ford. Somehow, and I say somehow, he's managed to, at the death of this frame, get it done. And Tom Ford will breathe a huge sigh of relief, because he's now one frame in front with a possible two to play. More drama on the way. Yeah, so welcome back. We're at the business end of the first two quarter-finals in the International Championship here in Tianjin. Tom Ford somehow just about sneaking that last frame on the colours to keep some modicum of control in the match. But you just feel like it's anyone's, and it feels like it's destined to be going all the way in 5-5. We're going to find out in the next 15 or 20 minutes or so. Oh boy, what a piece of ball striking, not to pot it. Wow.
Yeah, his face there said it all. I think he felt he'd pot it. Hit it very well. If there's such a thing as a good miss, that was it.
That was one of those, you hit it and it must have felt really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, again, it didn't seem like he did particularly hard, but got great reaction.
One.
A lovely shot from Tom there, just to be able to not just pot up with control, hold for the black. Again, just having a look to see when he pots the black. Looks like the red is on the spot. Where exactly will it go? Will the black be potable? If it's when it's placed below the red. Again, the next second or two is quite important. It looks like that the red will pass. If the black's not directly below the red. Again, you can see the red goes. I think Tom knew that. That's why he just went over, had a glass of water, just take those extra couple of seconds. And if he wasn't before, be well aware of the significance that this is a chance. The best way to win a frame and win the match is to forget that you can win the frame and match, and as best you can just get totally engrossed and just playing one shot at a time. That's the funny thing about snooker. If you really, really want to win your match, don't think about winning.
Yeah, just think about playing, isn't it? Easier said than done, as we know.
He has a player here being through this. You just know exactly the emotions he's going through. He's excited because it's a chance, but also wants to keep calm. Again, a nice little shot there and a nice little cannon. Brought another red or two into play. Still maintained position on this red. And other than that black, he missed off a spot from nowhere. In amongst them, he's been clinical. He's made it look simple most of the time. Can you feel after winning that last frame, crisis averted? Back thinking positive. Again, he is a fluent player, but been impressive today. At the right times, he's just taking those extra couple of seconds. Just getting greater clarity in his mind. Having said that, that cannon hasn't gone so well. Still can pot the red, but slightly missable, and also position of play not guaranteed.
Got to be honest, Fergal, I don't know why he's messing with the pack at all there off the black. I mean, I know there's pressure, you've got to play a certain shot, but there was risk involved. And he's paid the price. I mean, I know he's not going into the pack, but just there was enough reds. He opened them up previously, didn't he, just to push a couple into the open. More tension.
Yeah, it's more a case of just mind your work, pot a few more balls.
Yeah, no, it's not. Sitting here, it's easy, but the point is just keep away from possible danger. You mess with a bunch, then danger is there. There's also danger just quickly. As Barry Hawkins pots a lovely red. It's looking very much like going to a decider across the way between Stephen Maguire and Jordan Brown. Stephen is only a couple of shots away from confirmation of 5 frames all. Wow.
Yeah, that situation with Tom, we're nearly looking for Tom to learn from our mistakes in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, we've all been there. You know, you play the wrong shot at the wrong... It's about choices, isn't it? I've made more mistakes than anyone, I guarantee you that, down the years. Will that change things again?
Six.
Meanwhile, Stephen Maguire is 61 in front. He's a blue that he's unmissable. So Jordan Brown needs a couple of snookers. And it's looking very much like 5 all.
Jordan's head will be absolutely spinning at this moment. No guarantee he'll get a chance in the last, but will take all his character if he does get a chance to take full advantage of it.
Yes, 5 all confirmed. Meanwhile, Barry is giving himself a problem here, not least of all the pot, but also the fact that he's going to be pushing reds into the open. Got to get this. If he wasn't hampered, he'd maybe be playing it with a little bit aside, but bridging over the other red, too risky. So a good cast iron safety shot.
Yeah, good length and also good position. White directly behind the yellow. This limits Tom's options. Good safety shot from Tom there, well judged. To try and avoid the pink and even the blue. And I don't think he's left Barry the red to right corner. Yeah, there's pressure on each safety shot both players play. Where the balls are spread, whoever gets in first, you feel sure to win the frame from there. a little bit short of pace. Had to be wary there, Barry, to avoid the red. Closest to the black cushion. Avoided all right, but just a little bit short of pace. Thomas's hand on the table makes this shot a bit easier. See from the picture there that it looks like he does have enough of the red to hit to be able to pot it. Might play it dead weight. Try and get control. Anxious look to see, has he left a red into the left middle? Obviously not. Tom looking at the red in balk. Trying to play it in and out of balk. Again, not just the distance on the white, but keep it on the right-hand side of the table. Tom dictating the game here. Barry again might be reduced to just trying to play a containing safety. There was a gap to get through. Caught the brown, but the most important thing was for Barry not to collide with other reds.
Yeah, getting very tense, isn't it? The scoring has kind of dried up a little, but thanks to David Hendon, just informed me that the century that Stephen Maguire made on table 2 to make it 5-all is the 100th century this week out there in Tianjin. Thank you, Dave. The scoring has been incredible. Now can Tom find a long red? Not this time. What damage? Well, that's okay.
Okay, didn't cue that quite as well as he has some other shots, and certainly earlier on the match. Of course, it's understandable as the pressure's building. Barry looking to play off this red and the close side. Play it off and go side cushion, top cushion, back towards the brown ideally. Yeah, just play with a trace of right hand side just to check it. Of course, I'm trying to get it over towards the green and brown. That brought the red on the blue spot into play. Didn't want to be hitting that.
Now, this is massive, isn't it? This is the type of shot that you really fancy as a player, especially as you're guaranteed cue ball in bulk. Brown waiting. It's a nice one, this. Nailed it. He's got it, and he's going to be on the brown. They're all there for him. Just got to find one good positional shot here, Fergal.
Yeah, once he does that, you feel it's only the significance of the match that could, and then as a result, losing concentration is the only way you come unstuck. Well, judging by the way Tom's turned around there, That is unfortunate, you'd have to say. Just gets past it to be on something easy. Again, he still has a pot, but it's a lot more difficult. Not just the situation of the match, but he knows he should have something easier. That's a good pot.
6.
You would have expected him to pot it, but it was made more difficult, as I said, the circumstances. Again, now he's back in prime position. Yeah, just purely just keep his concentration. Just play one shot at a time. The scoreboard will take care of itself. Try and make every pot as easy as possible.
Love.
Yeah, he was delighted there, Tom. You could see it in his face. Great win.